While I was working on SS Rajamouli's Bahubali and its 2017 sequel, I had to learn sword fighting as my character, Avanthika, was primarily a warrior. It was required especially for my introduction, which was an action sequence. I trained for a few weeks under the guidance of fight master Peter Hein and had initially thought it was all about the strength of your arms, however it is the footwork which matters the most. I spent most of my time focusing on it and it wasn't easy, but I had noticed that good dancers learned it faster and made for better fighters too. In films, action sequences are choreographed quite like dancing and it becomes easier to grasp the techniques. I trained with metal swords for which a sword was chosen keeping my height and weight in mind. During this period, while getting the form right, safety was also an important part of the training as we had to be sure not to hurt ourselves as well as the opponent in the scene. In my case, thankfully I was working with actors like Prabhas who had already undergone a lot of training and he is an action star himself, so all of that came naturally to him. In fact, I learned a lot from him too as he was around when I was filming my introduction sequence and his inputs really helped. Also, we were shooting in a very different terrain which was more difficult than shooting on a plain ground. I also had to take horse riding lessons from Jitu Verma who owns a well-equipped stable near Film City which is home to around 20 horses. Then, we are constantly brushing up our dancing skills on sets, but I had always wanted to learn a classical Indian dance form and I finally got to learn Bharatanatyam for my upcoming Telugu period drama, Syeraa Narasimha Reddy, which also has Chiranjeevi sir and Mr. Bachchan, Amitabh Bachchan. I have recently started training and spend a few hours on it whenever I get the time. Bharatanatyam is extremely difficult to learn and must be really ingrained in you, which is why I think people enroll their kids at an early stage. It's such a beautiful form, which also makes you strong as it activates your arms and legs. Sometimes I wonder if focusing more on learning it would be better than spending a lot of time in the gym. As someone born and brought up in Mumbai, I could only speak in English and Hindi when I started out as an actress in South films. When the number of film offers started to increase, I figured it would be better if I learned Tamil and Telugu languages. I actively started learning Telugu during Sekar Kamula's 2007 coming-of-age Telugu musical Happy Days, which was my 5th film. Tamil happened much later. However, I speak both the languages very fluently now and sometimes when I'm angry or upset, I subconsciously blabber in these languages. I was fortunate enough to learn the languages from the best as most of the Tamil directors I worked with initially didn't speak Hindi or English. So, I had to learn to communicate with them, because of which I got to learn authentic Tamil. I will forever be grateful to them. That said, learning languages is an ongoing process which, I think, is the beauty of it, as told to Avinash Lohana.